good flight and pushed up to mid off. It's a comfortable single.
Yeah, one of his strengths, as a left-arm orthodox spinner, is the control that he has. Just to be able to put that delivery where he wants to. And one could remember him, playing for Grenada. And it's a bowler that seems to be very difficult to get away. When he comes on, something normally happens.
Yeah, so that completes the over. After 2 overs, Globe Challengers, they're 21 for 1. Yeah, he's and not only that, he's also been known to bowl very long spells, marathon spells, good temperament, good control, and a rather thoughtful bowler. Of course, he can now apply skill and also seek to impact younger players who are seeking to showcase the similar skill that he has. Delivery that is off the back foot and looking to pull that through mid wicket. Hits it hard into the ground.
You want to remember Dennis John bowling with Ronald Etienne. They have been together, been a handful, represented Grenada. Two of probably the tightest bowlers that when they come on, they're going to pick up wickets because create some difficulty for the batsmen, particularly in the shorter version of the game.
Off the back foot, pulls that through mid wicket, fine shot, 4 runs. Short delivery by Eugene, onto the back foot went Charles, and he pulled it in front of square.
Well, it actually cleared the mid wicket boundary. See? Yeah, actually cleared.
So 27 for 1. Sean Eugene in bowls. Good delivery. Well bowled. Charles is equal to the task. This one is down to the deep mid-wicket boundary. Cleaned up there, and the return comes back. So that completes an over that yielded 7. And at the end, some 3 overs gone. Globe Challengers are 28 for 1.
Yeah, pretty interesting to see where that delivery landed. Just from my advantage point, we looked at it with clear rope, but there's signal 4. Probably no one really made any issue. Certainly from our end, looked at we just cleared the rope.
Yeah, sometimes the fielders can be honest enough to say, well, he did go over the boundary line. Yeah, I know the game is played hard, but it can be played also with honesty. George hits that down to the backward square area. That's Charles again. So he's really motoring along, and gets another boundary. Yeah, it was short, and he got into the wicket and pulled it. Pulled it well. Made very good use of the crease, going deep inside and pulling. And this time he tucked it around down to the deep backward square. They will in fact come back for the 3rd run. The return comes in and they get 3. Not very often we've gotten 3.
Yeah, again, interesting. Let's see what happens there. The umpires Because this look again pretty close as though it actually touches the rope, so we have a good idea what happens there.
Oh,
Yeah.
looks like having touched to me. And I think there is some
Still,
measure.
still awaiting the umpire.
Yeah, there's some measure of technology, so I think we should use it when necessary. TRR, fine there, really superb. Bringing all
Hands
the
come from
pictures
behind. That should signal for.
Still gonna wait to see what the umpire signal. Yeah, nice to see technology being used. And if for some reason you can't determine it, well then you give in that case the fielding side the advantage. Ball goes just behind square on the left side. They get a single. Well, they've got opportunity for an overthrow, and they will come back for the second run. Poor cricket. They're poor cricket from the context that when a fielder is going after a ball, you've got to be backing up, whether it's backing up the keeper or the non-striker's end. The bowler will have to get back to the wicket, or the fielder who is at mid-on or mid-off, as the case may be, should be looking to back up. Those are fundamentals that must be adhered to, observed down the track. Oh, gone stump. Beautiful. Beautifully bowled by George. Cater was advancing, and George might have just pulled back the length a bit, and he ran all around it. Well bowled. That's a beautiful ball. And the bails were taken off in the flash, and so Cato goes for 8, stumped of the bowling of Dennis George. And what a wonderful piece of bowling. Yes, dancing down the track. He put on the dancing shoes. He wasn't able to get back because he was beaten.
Yeah,
Beautifully bowled.
good bowling by George. And I think he really, as he saw him coming, it was a quicker delivery, and it seemed to have bounced a bit. And Katie was nowhere close to the pitch. And as he came down the track, he missed easy stumping chance. That's the sort of deliveries that Dennis George, is capable of bowling. He are able to work out batsmen, see what they are doing, and do something different. And his 2 overs, have been very good. It's still 2 deliveries and over to go. I think this is the reason why he came on very early to bowl for Ginger General. So if anything could happen, it's important that he comes on early.
Yeah, he has already created a stir. He's dismissed the important Roland Cato. So, Tiran Ned now takes strike as the new batter. Short gets inside and tucks it down just to the right of the square leg umpire. So that completes the over. 4 overs gone, 37 for 2. And Globe Challengers, well, on course here, they need a further 28 runs. And they've got 37 balls to reach there. That's more than obtainable.
Yeah, that's a small total of 64. Really shouldn't create, any major concern for Globe Challengers, who have been playing very well in this tournament. As we continue to see, it's one of the teams that is now at the top of the table. Has shown the sort of quality that will take them all the way. They have been doing very well. One remembers the victory against Nutmeg Warriors yesterday. They actually blew away the Nutmeg Warriors.
A good total, was it?
Good total. So they do possess batters with tremendous ability. That's 64. Obviously, look at the walk in the park.
Yeah, George had one delivery meeting. Sorry about that. All that was cut down to square cover and gets a single. So finally, the over has come to an end. It's 38 for 2 or 4. Required run rate just 4.50. They're going at 9.50 now. No challengers. I think they're doing more than challenging that total. They need 27 of 36 balls, 6 overs in essence. Charles has looked pretty good today. He's 19 of 14.
So we have seen spin. Spin from T10. We have Charles who now holds 2 overs. Then we also had Dennis Short. So let's see. Let's see who's going to pick up the attack. Gene.
So here he is. And swings hard. That's over long on. Fine shot for 6. That's a carry power hit maximum. Pitched up and he went down on one knee and lifted that high over long on. And that went for a towering 6. I tell you, this guy can hit the ball.
Yeah.
और टेलीग्राम चैनल का नाम पेश करेंगे यहाँ पे बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस आएगा उसके बाद हम सीधे चलते हैं व्हाट्सएप पे
as few as possible, hit down to backward point for another boundary shot, back and lift it over the point region.
यहाँ पे हमने पेस्ट कर दिया यहाँ आपको दिख रहा होगा
where cover boundary for another boundary.
Yes, 17 needing of 34.
कमेंट में चला जाएगा और जूम करेगा अपने वीडियो के
On the pedal, gosh, a huge 6. Then one that was pulled back in length.
यहाँ पे आपको दिख रहा होगा उसके ठीक साइड में टेलीग्राम चैनल का लिंक
point area, cover boundary.
आपको ये वीडियो
Went very quickly for 4. The umpire might have to call a colleague on with another ball, or is it found? We've had a number of balls lost over the last week or so since this tournament has begun, and lost to all parts of the field, really, all parts of the boundaries. 17 balls down to middle, catch taken, gone. Well, he really went for one too often. Shot onto the back foot, and he pulled that down to the deep mid-wicket area. The catch was taken. Batsman are standing.
Some concern.
Yeah, just wondered why he delayed his exit. He's walking to the back. Can't be anything about touching the rope because his back leg was at least a foot and a half inside. So net goes. Alexander went for 11, just 6 deliveries. A little cameo there by Ned.
I think you'll find that inside from one AB because he was way inside. See that we're not quite sure. Probably just ask him to hold for a while.
Confirm. So all is well. Javed Hassan joins Samuel Charles. So third wicket has fallen for no challengers at 48 for 3. Over number 5. They still in 17.
We have not seen much of the lower half of the two challengers pattern. Has that don't think would have batted much in the tournament.
Yeah. Yes, they've played good cricket. And, so their lower order has not been put to the test. Balls in the air down to deep mid-wicket area. Will come back for the second. So 50 has just been posted. 4.5 overs.